Rob, there are a couple of tools I've seen out there that can help with relationships in AI. Now, I have mixed feelings on all this because, the best thing is human to human, but anxiety and depression at an all-time high across the world right now. Me personally, I had my first anxiety attack in Q1 last year. That never happened to me before. I think it was just a whole bunch of shit that just piled up. So I got through that, but and it made me sensitive to like, wow, a lot of everybody around me as I talk to people is hurting. But there's not enough healthcare professionals. There's not enough therapists, and they only work 8 hours a day, if that, and they're expensive, and they're not around when you need them, which is probably at 3 a.m. So there's a couple tools out there. I do not have financial relationships with Miri.health. That's one that is a LLM based that can be trained off healthcare professionals. I know the founder, her name's Amy. She's fantastic out of the East Bay. And then the other one is Inflection AI, which I do have ties to. It's the co-founder is Reid Hoffman, who is an advisor to my firm, but they make Pi. So try, if you haven't tried Pi, Pi stands for personal intelligence. It has like emotion. So it looks like Heather might have tried it. So I'll let her like give anybody who's tried it come forth and talk about what it is. But it has voice capabilities like Chat GPT that was mentioned 30 minutes ago. I think you said that, Rob. So check out Miri.health and check out Pi, Pi.
Right. I like Pi. I think that there's a lot of real interesting aspects to the to the AI there. It has a bias towards asking questions to keep the conversation going. And after a while, or at least this was how it was a few months ago, Pi can get really annoying with like start to feel like you're being interrogated, like with the best intentions. But I'm excited to see. I think that they have a new version coming out soon, to see
Yes, that
where
did
it's going.
launch 2 weeks ago.
Awesome. I got to see if I can get my hands on it. One last press release, it wasn't public yet, but um, yeah, it's a really interesting challenge creating a conversational AI that you actually want to talk to. This seems like it's already been solved, but it hasn't really. We have issues like, does it remember you? Does it remember what you talked about yesterday? And how does it signal that in conversations that it remembers you? And remember that as humans, one of the ways that we have relationships that we build one, and this is actually a tip for anybody, if you want to make people like you, remember something about them and let them know that you remember it the next time that you see them, or at some point. Like, people are thrilled to remember that, you find out someone's into this sports team because they're talking about what happened with their team on Sunday. And if you come back the next time you talk to them, you're like, oh, what happened with the team last weekend was terrible. Like, they will love you. Folks like Barack Obama and Dwayne Johnson, and like, there's a lot of people who are kind of known as these amazing conversationalists, and one of the things that they're known for is remembering details about people. Well, AIs don't do that, right? Like, the typical AI experience today is your conversation is wiped clean, and you're back talking to the amnesiac AI the next time. So I think, or what I hope to see this year, and what I'm excited by or for, is this some solution to memory, long-term memory, which there are other challenges we haven't even talked about. Like, I think long-term memory is going to see some major upgrades this year, but also from a conversational point of view, hopefully the emergence of some technology where it's able to remember things about the user, develop a relationship with the user, and kind of remember what that relationship is. I want the AI bots that I create to eventually start slow and cautiously, um, interact with users. And then as people show that they're getting more comfortable with the user, for the AI to kind of be able to be more comfortable too, but not be so comfortable at the beginning. Like, this is how humans do it, right? Like, we don't just dive into the super intimate, super vulnerable stuff right away with someone you just met. Like, that's going to freak people out. You need to kind of ease your way into relationships. So lots of like fun little challenges there that I think we're going to start to see solved this year.